Welcome to the Yo Brother Podcast with hosts Dan and Mike Smith. Welcome back to another First Look with the Yo Brother Podcast. Mike, we're doing Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now, there's been two other trailers, but this is the most recent trailer that came out May 17th, 2023. So we're going to not waste any time and
Get right into it.
Get right into the old action, as they say, folks.
Our lives are the sum of our choices. And we cannot escape the past. Ethan, this mission of yours is gonna cost you dearly.
The world is changing. Truth is vanishing. War is coming.
It's been a long time, friend. You've no idea the power I represent. It knows your story and how it ends.
Listen to me. The world's coming after you.
His fate is written. Shall we write yours too?
If anything happens to them, there's no place that I won't go to kill you. That is written.
Ethan, what's your objective? What's your ultimate objective?
Your life will always matter more to me than my own.
None of our lives can matter more than this mission.
I don't accept that.
So I don't know. Did the guy say punch me for real there at the end? Like, it looks like he really smashed the guy in the head towards the end. I mean, I don't think Cruise pulls very many punches when he's doing this kind of thing. But
No, and he doesn't expect them pulled on him.
no, he doesn't. I'm sitting there just, I just grinned the whole time because it's just there's so much going on. There's so much action. It's nonstop.
And
what do you
he's
think?
so
What do you think?
ageless. I like
He is.
it. I mean,
I was thinking the same thing. I mean, the guy just, I don't know, the
Now,
water he's drinking. But
it starts with the voice over from the guy from the original Mission Impossible, who has not been in.
is that Kittredge?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not been in one since the first.
Yeah.
And I think he was presumed dead, perhaps, but I guess we'll find out. Now, I was wondering during that sequence where we see the two, because he's doing the voiceover and then it goes to him and he's talking to Cruise, and I'm like, is this supposed to be a flashback to the first one?
Ethan, this mission of yours is gonna cost you dearly.
Because Cruise looks the same.
Yeah. Well, of course they can do anything. I mean, he looks amazing, but
Right.
let's not fool ourselves.
I mean,
It's
Indiana
still,
Jones, the first half hour,
yeah, it's still
he's
Hollywood.
35.
Yeah,
so,
it's still Hollywood.
um,
Yeah, you got the usual cast of characters here: Ving Rhames and Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg.
and
I didn't
Esai
see
Morales.
Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah, she's in
much.
there. She's Esai Morales. He's been around. He looks great too. Good
He
Lord.
does.
It's
Where has
amazing.
he been? I haven't seen
I don't
him in
know.
a
I'm not
while.
sure. You know what's interesting? Charles Parnell. He's from Chicago. He's an actor from Chicago. He was in Top Gun Maverick. He played like one of the head instructors, the guy that was next to John Hamm. You remember?
Yeah.
And the African American.
Yeah, he's a black guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that, but he was also just in an episode of Barry, or a couple of episodes of Barry, talking to. He's like an investigator.
Oh, okay.
And they brought Henry Winkler's character in for questioning, and he was one of the guys that was questioning him.
Okay.
But he's got a heck of a resume as well. He's been around quite a while.
See, remember I said Chris Parnell.
Oh, he was.
That's who I was.
Chris Parnell.
Because I was reading the credits.
Yeah, not exactly the same guy.
I said, did you see Chris Parnell in it? Because Fred Armisen was in it.
I believe.
And we're talking about Barry now.
Let me see if I'm correct. He was in The Mandalorian too, just this last season. Yeah, this guy's building up quite a resume.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already got one.
Now, we saw like a 10-minute segment of just the
making of
jump.
that stunt. And it's funny. To be able to just give that stunt up into the trailer tells you what else must be going on in this film.
Right.
Right?
And the director said, they pushed every limit. But I know when we were watching that original making of, I think I was at your place. Maybe I was in Florida when we watched it, because I think we watched it together. And he did the jump like 6 times in a day. Right. And you don't realize the wind, if the wind shifts when you go over like that.
Yeah, all the physics, the engineering, it's nuts. It's pretty wild. I'm going to see, my problem with this is I have no recollection of anything from the others. So it's like I see little flashes and clips and moments from them, but I couldn't say, oh yeah, 3, this happened, that happened.
Do you have them in your collection?
I have every single one of them. Yeah. Good, so I have to go back and watch them.
I mean, they have a deal right now, and I bought the 6, there's a 6-box set on 4K. And that's probably where you got the digital, because it did come with the digital, thankfully.
Yeah,
but
there's so much going on. I don't even know what
there is. And the fact that I think this got split into 2 because it wasn't originally going to be 2,
right?
And then they were like, "There's just too much here." Thinking of the series, like the one thing I never liked was the face peels. What's that?
Well, I like how you got to build into his character.
Oh, his run.
Yeah, literally, it's become a thing in every movie. He's got to have a running scene.
Yeah.
And I think he's been timed and clocked at like, maybe not quite like, medalist timing, but like fast.
He's
like
fast.
Really, like really fast.
I mean, I can even think of a scene in The Firm with him running. In fact,
exactly.
The book, The Firm, has the lawyer running with the briefcase. It's not a briefcase, but it's like a portfolio case.
Right.
And he like fit that picture of when that came out. I was gonna say I don't like the face peels. That's the one thing.
Right.
Like,
the Scooby-Doo.
Right. The Scooby-Doo. Real life Scooby-Doo stuff.
Yeah.
And as far as heavies, you got any favorites as far as like, you don't have much of a recollection, but you got to remember some of the heavies. Some of the bad guys.
0.
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Vaguely.
He was great in the third one.
On an airplane, there was a scene.
He drops him like he's gonna,
Wasn't Alec Baldwin?
Alec Baldwin's in the last 2.
So say I remember that. Yeah.
But he got killed.
Because he turned, right? It turns out he was, right? Wasn't he playing
No,
again?
they thought he
Or was it a face peel? It wasn't really
No,
him.
they thought he was a bad guy.
Okay.
And it turns out that they could have trusted
But no, I don't have any recollection at all. So I'm definitely have
John
to go
Voight.
back. Well, I love John Voight, so
right.
He
turned.
Yeah.
He became a bad guy.
Yeah.
But
all right, it's the first look, part 1 of Dead Reckoning, part 1. All right, so
there might be a part 2 of the first look.
Yeah, Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 in theaters July 12th. But that's going to do it for another episode of the Yo Brother podcast. I'm your host, Dan Smith. Alongside me, as always, my brother from the same mother, Mike Smith. And we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.